Hi guys, TechJames here. In this video I'll be showing you guys how to get the VSH menu on your PS Vita. So if you guys don't know what this is, it's basically like the old PSP VHS menu but inside your PS Vita games. So you can overclock the CPU, the GPU, you can enable FPS counters, you can enable battery life counter. It's actually pretty cool and it's a really nice simple plugin to install. So if you guys want to get it, all you want to do is just go ahead and open up Vita Shell. Now I would recommend using the FTP server for this because it's just easier when transferring files, because you will need to use your UR0. As you can see, my UX0 right here, I actually had to delete the TAI folder to get this to work. So what I did is just moved it over to the UR0 and now everything works fine. If I go into it, as you can see, there is no TAI folder in here and it's now in my UR0. So what you guys want to do, press start, make sure FTP is selected on the select button, then press select, wait for the FTP server to enable. So once the FTP server message comes up, just remember the IP address and the port number. Now go onto your PC and I will show you guys what to do next. Right guys, so on your PC I will leave links to the instructions and the plugin in the description, but first of all let's just have a look at the instructions. So these are all the features if you guys want to read them. It's actually pretty cool, there's some really cool stuff on here. And for the installation you will need to have your TAI folder on your URO. If it's on your UXO it won't work. So what I did was I copied everything in my UXO to my URO and then just completely deleted the TAI folder from it. So that's just the TAI folder, not everything in general. I basically just put my UXO's TAI folder on my URO. So once you've done that, you also want to add these to the config. I'll be showing you guys how to do it anyway, but that's, you know, just there if you need it. So once you've had a look at the instructions, now you just want to get the plugins. So go onto this page and download these two SK and then SUPRX files right here. So once you've got those downloaded, you actually want to open up FileZilla because that's just a lot easier. So on your PS Vita, just type in the host address right here. So yours won't be the same as mine, so just keep that in mind. So just put in whatever yours says. So once you've got that in and the port for 1337, just click on Quick Connect and then hopefully it will connect. Right guys, so once it's connected, make sure on your PC that it's selected on your downloads folder or wherever you have the plugins. So then just select the plugins and then on your PS Vita, go into your UR0, go into your TAI folder, and this is where you just want to drag them in. So just select them, simply drag them in there. As you can see, I've already got them, so I'm just going to overwrite it. And then that is pretty much it. So you're now done with the PC. So now I'll show you guys how to set this up on the PS Vita. Right guys, so back on the PS Vita, now we can just close out of this message because we have the plugins. So just press circle for cancel. Now what you want to do is just go into your URO. The TAI folder must be on the URO for this to work. So go ahead and just find it, go into config, and then this is where we want to add in the information. So go to your kernel, press right on the D-pad, it's going to give you a new line, and this is exactly what you want to enter in the new line. So uro.ti/kuio.skprx, pause the video if you want to copy that down right now. Once it's done, just click the small black arrow and that will close out. Next, what you want to do is just scroll all the way down till the end of your PS Vita's config file and make sure you create a new line just by pressing right on the D-pad, and this is the first thing you want to type in. So just the small star, then exclamation mark PSV-VSH-Menu CFW. Once that has done, you also just want to type in this, so star and then all in capitals. And then the last thing you want to type in is ur0.ti/vsh.suprx. Now just press the black arrow, press circle, and it will ask you to save, press X. So now just press circle to go all the way back and close Vita Shell completely. Now what we want to do is go up to our system settings and just open them. Go down to the Henkaku settings, scroll all the way down, and you're looking for reload tihhenconfig.txt. Press X and then it's going to say tie-hen config has been successfully reloaded. Just press X on OK. Now go on to reboot device and press X. Now just wait for your device to reboot and I will show you guys what to do next. Alright guys, so once your PS Vita has rebooted, just go ahead and launch the HNCOT update if you need to. And now we want to test if the menu works. So what you want to do is just find a game, pretty much any PS Vita game to test it on. I'm going to be choosing, let's choose this one, Street Fighter X Tekken, so I'm just going to start that. And now once you're in the game, to enable the menu, what you actually have to do is hold left and right at the same time and then press start or select. It should work with both, but if it only works with one, it doesn't really matter. So as you can see, once you do that, the menu will pop up. So we've got CPU clock, we can change the speed or leave on default. We've got GPU clock, which is the graphics card, we can change the speed on that as well. We've got VHS menu color, this just changes the color here. So obviously choose it to one that shows up really well in the game, so maybe like orange shows up really well. We've got battery options. If you press X you can go into stuff. We can keep battery display disabled, we can enable these things, so battery temperature, it's kind of interesting one. Scroll left and right on the D-pad to enable stuff. Battery lifetime, as you can see they come up at the top, so let's just go back. And once you're done you scroll down to exit, so I'm just going to pause the game real quick and then just open the menu again, this time with select, just to prove it works. So we've got some other stuff in here as well. We have got advanced menu, this has like refresh interval, keep color display disabled, we want to go back on this one. FPS settings, you can turn on the FPS counter, we can turn that on right now, so put enabled, then go back. Load program, shut down device, suspend device, reboot device, restart VHS and exit. So you always want to do exit, or you can restart VHS, that will restart the whole game. So yeah, very much like the original PSP menu if you remember that. The FPS is also in the corner down here, so let's just go on exit. So if I just do it while the game is running right now, you will be able to see the FPS of the game. So right now it's running at about 51 FPS. I can actually up the CPU and GPU and then go down to exit, and let's see if the FPS improves. Okay, so let's try it again with select, and let's see what the FPS is on. So right now it's on 60, so was on 51, now on 60, so I can put it back down to default, and as you can see it actually goes down a tiny bit. Oh, it's back up to 60, now it's on 61, so yeah, pretty cool. I'm just going to exit that. Oh, I accidentally restarted it. So yeah, this is what it does if you do refresh VHS. As you can see, I just pressed it. It does restart the whole game and close the menu. So yeah, this menu is pretty cool. Just note it doesn't work in the home screen, it only works in games and applications. So that is pretty much it for this video. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.